That's how we prepare, guys. Tune in. It's coming soon. We got coming in 1 minute, guys. Danny Dobyns with the news, political correspondent, and we've got my fave swap with Sharad Patel. We're going to be talking about Ringo Starr's Caveman and my pick, the comedy starring Tim Heidecker. Yeah. But first, Danny Dobyns. Plus intern corner, you know, as always.
Live.
We are live coming at you. Talking blabbing. We are talking about movies.
Hot
If you like to talk about movies, stay tuned then. Stay around. Don't stop watching until we get to the countdown. You gotta keep that. Just open a new tab and just keep us rolling. Be a Russian bot for MovieBlab. You don't even have to. You can mute it if you want. I don't give a shit. I just need these views, man.
Live, going live.
Give us a like.
23 seconds.
Going live. Okay.
Stream starting soon.
Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Edison, and you're tuned in to
MovieBlab.
That's right, it's time for MovieBlab, guys. I'm Andrew Edison, and it's going to be a really fun, epic episode. We've got film news with Danny Dobyns and another epic fave swap with Sharad Patel. Stay tuned, it's MovieBlab live.
3, 2, 1.
Bango. How's it going? Everybody, it's time. It's my favorite time of the day, the time I look forward to all day. And I'm here with one of my great friends, actor, comedian, humorist, satirist,
Guy live.
political activist.
Facebook pedestal keeper.
Danny Dobyns. Having a tea. Danny, I'm having tea as well.
Half and half.
Oh, that's
Best of both worlds.
Mine has a lot of lemon juice. So, hey, let's have a cheers. What do you say? To movies.
To Wawa. Conveniently serving since 1968.
So, guys, we are going to dive into some film news. We're hoping everyone is safe and healthy and staying home, okay? And saving lives, all right?
Supporting the troops.
Support the troops by staying the fuck home.
By
even if your
staying
governor
the
says, we're going to get a little
fuck
political
home.
on this opening segment because that Danny Dobyns is our political correspondent. So,
Political correspondent.
Let me blast us with a little bit of news here, a news intro, if you will. And let's get going. Danny, you won't be able to hear it, but it is a anti-Trump jam. So you can exclaim your thoughts during it. Here we go.
Independent.
Small hands. Small hands.
Big hands. Small hands. Big pugs. Big pugs.
You are fake news.
I haven't seen the clip.
Movie news Blab. Get
Puppet
into
as
it.
president.
You are fake news.
All right.
Big hands.
Our top story today. We've got a lot of great movie news. You know, some weeks are slower than others, and this is a good. I mean, a lot dropped even just today. So I'm excited to dive into this with you. Mr.
Go snag some
Danny
popcorn
Dobyns.
out this side right here.
Yeah, you want some popcorn? You hungry?
Dude, I'm trying to snag it.
Oh, you can't. You're in a TV.
Oh!
Oh, reality.
Sags.
Bites.
Still working.
Heyo.
Hashtag.
Yes, hashtag.
Yeah, hustle never
sag,
stops.
Hashtag. The hustle truly doesn't ever stop, especially here on MovieBlab, and especially as you, an actor in Hollywood,
Hollywood.
when there's not coronavirus. Speaking of which, Danny, where are you right now?
I am in Fredericksburg, Virginia, the complete opposite side of the country. Made an executive decision to get myself out of Los Angeles while things slow down.
Well, you're a little out of sync, so I'm going to drop you real quick, and then I'm going to call him back. But in the meantime, let's get to our top story. That's right, guys. We got a top story today. The top story is... Are you ready, Danny, for the top story? Oh, put it back the way it was. There we go. Okay. The Oscars... All right, let me make it so y'all can see this, too. Here we go.
The Oscars are fake. Turns out.
The Oscars are fake news, which...
Turns out CNN's been running the Oscars, and it's all fake news, guys.
So in this story from Variety, we are seeing an interesting headline here. The Oscars will consider films that didn't play in theaters as part of the new Academy rules. Today recently we've seen a big shift as people have realized how long everyone's going to be chilling for and started to accept this information. The studios seem to be changing their approach, and especially because Trolls worldwide did really good. You see, it's a separate...
What is happening? Who gives a fuck about your movies?
Is that your attitude about it?
That's just me.
Do you feel like movies don't matter anymore?
That's just me. Let's just watch them. Don't vote on how good they are. Just for 1 year while we figure things out.
Okay, your political response to the Oscars. Continue.
My political response to the Oscars is go fuck your movie. Let me watch it, but shut the fuck up about it.
So there's a lot of movies. Why do you want the Oscars to shut up? Why do you want them to shut up?
Oh, I mean, I just want them to shut up about voting. I want them to release their movies. I love that movies are being released on all platforms, like major streaming platforms. And Judd Apatow and Pete Davidson just announced that they're releasing King of Staten Island June 12th.
That is for sure.
Breaking news. Judd Apatow and baby boy Pete Davidson are releasing their movie to internet platforms coming June 12th. I think so. I think June 12th. Don't quote me. It's definitely happening.
I don't know if this is possible, but I'm going to try it really quick. Check it out. Did you see what I did there, bro?
Oh, no, I did not. I don't know what you're doing at all. I can't sing.
Oh, you're missing just an excellent moment right now.
What happened? I clicked the profile.
Oh, I forgot to share it with you. It's my bad, dude. I'm just going to quickly fix that for you. All right. Let me try this bit again.
Oh, Lindsay, lower hands. Lindsay wears her hands, and Pete Davidson.
Anyway, that's a new thing that
get your fingers out of your mouth, Felina. Jolie.
Sure. Don't touch your face. It is a quarantine theater, though, for the record.
It is. 25 and under.
It is a quarantine
theater. We only want to infect 25 people at a time.
Do you see how it's at 25% capacity, though?
Look at who's this hunkster right here. We're watching. Is this the Caveman movie?
Yeah, that's coming up, guys. That's a tease right there. But let's get back to the news.
Back to the news.
I think we have a new story. Breaking news. Orange is the New Black team lands social distance anthology at Netflix.
Roasted.
How are you feeling about this as a political correspondent?
I mean, what is it just all? Is it gonna be iPhone videos of just stories from actors?
Let's take a look.
I don't know. Go for it though.
It says a new, bizarre, bewildering reality we are all experiencing. They're gonna do. We feel passionate about finding a connection as we all remain at distance. Ugh. Rough. We are being inspired to create an anthology series that tells stories about the current moment we are living. This doesn't.
I don't know how you're gonna film it.
I don't know what this.
Can't you just write your ideas down?
They're literally just saying, like, the experience of social distancing is currently universal, but no individual story is the same.
But what is it going to be? I mean, hey, it sounds cool in 2 years or 3 years.
It's called social distance.
Yeah, it sounds cool in maybe 2 or 3 years when we figured out, like, what's going on.
No details about who might appear in this or how many episodes or what the show is. and
Well.
when it's happening.
Well.
And that's classic. That's classic variety. But we love variety, so that's by Michael Schneider.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, hey, that's awesome. That's cool. That's gonna be really cool in a year or two. Not right now.
You don't think people want to watch stuff about the coronavirus right now? You don't think the first people to get? I think the first people to get to it will get some.
How are you gonna film things when like we're trying to keep things safe? It seems like it's gonna be one of those things where you're gonna endanger people you can't have people on set. They just said in a band in Los Angeles there's no extras allowed to be on set or something like that. Like
people are gonna make one-person movies. So that's another thing.
One-person movies.
Breaking news.
One-person movies are terrible.
No, but there is shout out to my mom for sending me this article. Love you, Suze.
Van Edison.
With the theatrical movie business in peril, art houses might hold the key to survival. Now, this is an interesting story. A local art house in somewhere had planned a screening in Washington. Had planned a screening of a movie that the owner was very passionate about, and that got canceled. So instead, he sent virtual emails. It sold virtual tickets to the movie, and people attended the virtual premiere.
That's cool.
Now
do that.
Now, art houses are the only people who are going to let art house filmmakers and companies are the only people who are going to let that happen.
I mean,
or do you think that this? And then I think the studios will pick up on it. Is what I'm wondering. But it's very interesting to me.
I think any time, like this is the perfect time to put your films on a platform, whatever you want to charge or however you want to figure it out. As long as if you have something, I don't think waiting out for a theater is the right move right now. So like whatever you have to do to get it out there, whether it's like $20 tickets for new movies or what South by Southwest is doing. I think they're doing like they're slowly trying to put the new films on, but they're also doing like, alumni classics or something like that. South by is doing that too. Sundance is going to be doing that. Like, put the movies on. I'll pay it. I'll watch your movie. But I ain't trying to see you film a movie right now. Don't be doing that.
What is this?
Don't be filming movies right now. Don't be filming movies right now.
Don't be. I want to make a movie in my apartment alone. You don't think I should do that? Oh,
no, that's fine.
Okay,
that's fine. You have a camera though. If you have a really good camera right now, oof.
Should I live stream it?
Jellies. No. What are you, 5? I don't know. Do it.
I mean, look at the set. I'm 5. Obviously, I'm 5.
You should shoot a movie within this virtual landscape. Like I want to.
You're right. That's a great idea.
Is there a way that you can make this box that you're in move around this landscape? Like I want to see your box like over at the wall staring at something at the brick, or like pacing around the desk.
Do you mean?
Do I mean you? I mean you.
You mean my green screened image?
I want to see your essence move around.
You would like to watch me like go look at the wall and like yes, I could do that. I would need a much larger green screen, which I could probably get my hands on. I think I have one actually. I just need to get it sent to me.
I would love to watch a movie that you make of people FaceTiming you into these sets.
I see.
And then building a movie off of that.
I'll make it a feature. I accept the challenge.
I want to see like this. Look, right perfect. Cut to shot. 2 people talking to each other. Other way. You bitch. Oh, no. And then close up. It works.
Damn, I almost put in some dramatic music, but you're killing me.
I want to airlift cameras and disposable DPs to directors across Hollywood.
Disposable.
And just ones that'll work and catch the virus if need be,
That's a hot take.
And I want to see Steven. I want to see Christopher Nolan, like what he does in his little apartment. I want to see, or in his house, his mansion.
Okay,
I want to see like
creepy. You want the celebrities in order to keep attention on them, you want them to just start live streaming their homes.
Oh, yeah. I want to load up some cameras into Tarantino's house and see how that guy's passing time.
That sounds like a good message to hashtag Tarantino.
Hashtag Tarantino. When you say hashtag Tarantino, it almost sounds like you're going to say terrorist. So be careful while you're typing.
That. All right, we got a new story.
Be careful while you're typing. So I'm going to say, kids. The government will find you tonight at 7. Breaking news.
Okay, so our next story here is let's get back to trolls because
shirts for sale.
People aren't talking enough about trolls.
Trolls bought the Go-Gurts with the troll logo on them yesterday. Didn't know they were bullshit flavors.
What?
Cotton candy and melon berry.
Oh my God, you guys heard it here. Now that in its own right.
Cotton candy and melon berry bullshit flavors.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. How do they taste?
I mean, they taste like a bullshit Go-Gurt. I bought a Go-Gurt on a whim. It was like, I want a little treat for myself. I want to feel like I'm 6. You freeze them. Shouts out to Go-Gurt. Hey, tell people to freeze your product. Makes them way better. Turns it into a fucking dessert right there. Go-Gurt's warm snack. Go-Gurt's cold dessert. Boom. Teach your kids better habits. Hashtag parents.
Hashtag parents. Hashtag
parents.
Hashtag you're the teacher now.
Hashtag generic yogurt. Hashtag non-organic. Hashtag probably poisonous.
Okay, let's talk about trolls for a minute. You want to?
Sure, trolls. No. Yes, sure.
I want to know your political views on this. Theater owners decry. I don't know.
Decry.
Decree. Universal's Trolls World Tour on-demand significance.
Was the first one really this good? I mean, I've never.
$100 million in premium VOD sales. This outcome, though, says NBC CEO, should not be interpreted as a sign of a new normal.
I get your point.
Take your $100 million and shut up.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
He wants, instead of $20 for 8 people, he wants $45 a person. Breaking news. People with money are stingy with it.
Say it again.
People are, I don't know. People with money suck. Okay. People making money suck.
I hate it when people make money. No, I
hate it.
I kind of do. The Hollywood majors have proposed several tests over the years, trying different ways, including Universal's Tower Heist, which I didn't see.
Is that a fucking Disney ride?
But
that sounds like a Disney
the theaters always got pissed off. The theaters got pissed off every time they tried to do it. But now they ain't no theaters to piss off, to complain. And so what are they going to be like? Well, if you show that, I'm not going to show your Trolls movie. It's like, they don't give a fuck. They made $100 million. I mean, that's not a ton.
Send me a bag of movie theater popcorn to enjoy with my VOD sale. I'll pay a little extra. But I'm eating Orville Redenbacher, the fucking at-home bottom drawer popcorn, okay? Thank you. That's the real tragedy here.
Yeah.
Rent out your popcorn machines. Theaters of America. Whoa, there's a ghost in here that has a...
For those of you who are just tuning in, this is MovieBlab. We're going over some film news.
Never saw Trolls, so don't know why there's a Trolls 2. Saw Despicable Me for the first time the other day. Fantastic.
Wait, I want to hear that because I don't think I've ever really gotten to catch the whole Despicable Me. I've seen clips.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
It was great.
Oh, it's fantastic. And I didn't know there was 2 more. I'm excited. I've got things to look forward to. Hashtag not gonna kill myself. Breaking news. Life is worth living.
Seriously though, guys, suicide is funny, and also Danny Dobyns is funny though.
Despicable Me though, hilarious.
I would encourage people to stay home and save lives.
Stay home, save lives.
Coming up, I was hoping Danny Dobyns in like 10 minutes we could do a little PSA about Lysol. I have a can, and we could talk about
Lysol.
Our
good on your surfaces, bad in your mouth and your veins.
Yep. People need to know about it, and that way I can also hashtag it Lysol. So
hashtag Lysol cupcakes available in lemon, orange.
All right, Trolls doesn't seem to be yielding a lot of interesting information, besides that it may be a landmark for the future of Corona life distribution of movies. So
yes. Do you have a 7-year-old on the line that can give us his opinion on Trolls?
Yes, but the lines are down.
Little Timmy, your opinion on Trolls?
I like Trolls. It's really good.
It's a good movie, and the fact that it's
a
a landmark for the VOD market sales is really...
I love the VOD market platform.
It's really going to impact my development as a child, and it really made the viewing experience a lot different, knowing that it was changing the world.
I've been dead for so long.
I enjoy movies since I'm a dead boy. Dead children aren't funny either, folks.
I gotta agree. So we're talking a lot of stuff that isn't funny, but we're having a good time with it. Movie theaters could take months, not weeks.
Drive-in movie theaters. Let's convert all the movie theaters into drive-ins.
Movie theaters could take months, not weeks, is our story here. From Hollywood Reporter by Kate Kilkenny. California governor said this. That's him. I've never seen him before, but I just want to take a minute. That's the governor of California.
Imaginary.
That's the guy. That's your governor
of California. Never met him.
You've never seen him?
Never seen him in my life.
You had no idea what he looked like.
He kind of reminds me of a T2 from Terminator Judgment Day.
You're supposed to be our political correspondent.
Political correspondent. There's a new Terminator in California, and he is this man right here.
Yes. So anyway, he's saying, y'all, so he's revealed that country leaders are considering reopening schools in late July or early August in his briefing on Tuesday. And he talked about some stages that he's going to do. And let's see, movies fall in the final stage, it looks like. That's huge centers. I don't know where movie theaters lie. But phase 2.
It's the phase 2 of the Marvel franchise. They're going to reopen all the movie theaters with Captain America
So
Shield.
in Texas, in my home state of fucking Texas, they just reopened movie theaters for a 25% capacity. Yeehaw.
Yee fucking haw, America. You heard it here. Texas, open for business.
Go see a movie.
Friday.
You'll love it. Go see a film. That's what you should do.
Go see a movie. It might be the last thing you ever do. Get the chicken sandwich at the Alamo Drafthouse, folks. It's to die for, literally.
For those of you just tuning in with us, this is a movie news update. And my guest is Danny Dobyns.
Movie news update. The coronavirus is real, folks. Update.
Yes.
You heard it here.
It's always the saddest segment we do, really.
Or the happiest.
Except for the good news about Trolls.
Trolls 2. Trolls. Inspiring kids all over America.
Just 40%. Oh, I'm sorry.
Breaking news.
Just 40% of Americans will return to movies before vaccine. A poll says.
Pause for effect.
How do we?
A poll suggests that people are really stupid.
Well,
no. Go back. Don't go back to the theaters. It needs to be that number. Needs to be higher.
What would you say? Are you going to go to the theaters before the vaccine? Are you going to go to the theaters in the next 18 months?
Probably not. I'm going to go.
Fuck!
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think I'm going to just go to work I think that's something I'm comfortable comfortable doing. Go back to work in June, I think, and I can go back to work.
Oh, you're going to go back to your trim? You're going to go back to trim?
Hey. Yes, you heard it here, folks. I'm going back to work in June. I mean, but that's about as comfortable as I'm going to get.
Yes. So
the beaches in California are flooding with morons.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Just 40% of Americans know how to speak. What?
Okay, I think that's the news. I'm sad now, so I think we did good news. That's a sign, right? Well, wait, we could do let's do one more story. What do you say?
One more story.
And then intern corner.
Pick something a little light.
Breaking news.
Like racism.
I think I did all the stories. Let's see. Oh, the one that art houses might do well. Yeah, that's all I got, bro. That's all I got.
Man.
Terrifying. You want me to just look up random news right now? Let me find an article for us.
Breaking news.
We've got some breaking news. Troll World Tour is number one. The Homeland finale happened. That's pretty cool. Are you a fan of Homeland?
Never seen it.
Oh, wow. You
Breaking
really like
news.
Homeland. It's great, dude. It's a great show. I think you'd like it. The Parks and Rec. That's great news. The Parks and Rec reunion.
Oh,
Special.
that's nice.
That's exciting for everybody. Yay!
Super
Yay!
fun. Super fun. Bring them back.
Why not? In any form.
Bring them back. They're heroes, folks. Bring them back. Bring 'em
Such
home.
a good feel-good show, and they obviously everyone in the cast probably wanted to do this anyway, and now they know that like for sure, this is what everyone needs right now in this moment.
Stay
It's the
home.
right time. Stay home and save lives.
Parks and Rec.
It's the right time to do that. IMO.
Game.
Oh, that's pretty good news. Yeah, I couldn't. I wish I should be doing my own bit of good movie news. You know, maybe I could get some.
I told you, Staten Island, King of Staten Island, to be released June 12th to whatever.
Here's a really surprising piece of breaking news. This blew my mind. I don't know about you, Danny.
Mind
Cable
blown.
news views have soared during the pandemic.
Oh, cable news. Oh, who would have thought?
Wow. That's what's happening. We're going to go back to green screen sitcoms like this.
Fighting tooth and nail for America's attention.
I have a
Cable
better
news.
Corona show than Jimmy Fallon.
Kimmy Fallon? Who?
I'll say it right here, a hot take.
Breaking news, Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel have fused together to create Kimmy Fallon.
Breaking news.
Who knows where talk show television is going to go from here?
Oh, God, yeah. Have you seen any of Wendy's updates?
Oh,
Wendy
I
Williams?
don't eat at that restaurant. Who?
Well, speaking of eating, she eats on them. Because someone gave her shit about eating on them, so now she eats a meal on every single one on camera.
On who?
Wendy Williams at Home.
Oh, I didn't know that's what. I didn't even know she had a show. Wendy Williams.
You don't know
Has a
about
show?
Wendy Williams?
I know that Wendy Williams has a show.
I'm gonna make you the focus of this.
It's in Maryland.
moment.
She's in Baltimore. Of course, I know that she has a show.
Okay, so Wendy Williams. All I'm saying is she's doing a crazy thing called Wendy Williams at Home, and it's pretty funny to watch. She seems really pissed off about coronavirus.
Oh, I would be too.
Yeah,
I would
be
too.
too.
I would be too. Oof. If I believed in it, I would be too. You darn tootin'.
Oh, yeah.
And breaking news, Mark Warner, the governor of Virginia, does not know how to make a flip-flapping sandwich. Former governor of Virginia, Mark Warner, my former next-door neighbor, does not know how to make a tuna sandwich. Yeah, he's a good neighbor, though. I remember him fondly.
YouTube has launched a fact-checking feature in U.S. to fight misinformation amid COVID-19 pandemic. that is interesting and helpful. A robot that saves us from truly fake news.
Truly fake news. Check out Kevin James on YouTube. New shorts every week. Hilarious.
Kevin James is posting new
Dude,
shorts every
they
week.
are hilarious.
We gotta watch those on the Twitch.
They are like deep fakes with a professional camera crew. They are hilarious.
Oh my gosh, are they actually funny or are they just terrible?
I'm not even fucking with you. He does deep. They place him as a sound guy in scenes from famous movies.
What?
It is fucking hilarious. Breaking news. Hilarious.
That
Kevin
is
James YouTube channel. New videos every week. New short films every week.
They're short films?
That's what they're called. Short. Yeah, they're short. Watch them. MovieBlab. He's a movie star. Blab. Sharon. Gonna watch the Caveman. My movie's better than Sharon's. The Caveman. Comedy. Comedian. Beast Boys. Beast.
All right, guys, it's officially time for Intern Corner. Danny Dobyns, you're gonna have to do your best. This is a political news episode, so he's gonna get a little political. We are gonna agree to disagree on this show.
Disagree.
We are gonna speak our minds and our opinions in a respectful way, as respectful as we can. And this is Intern Corner. This is where our faithful intern Alex Kahn gets on and he talks to us about whatever he wants. I have no idea. I don't pre-screen this. And to be honest, he's kind of got a lot of random thoughts sometimes to share, and they're all gems. So let's get in here, and I'm going to play his little intro real quick. Again, this is the intro for Alex Kahn. Intern Corner coming at you guys. Stay tuned, it's Intern Corner. Get excited, because it's going to be Intern Corner coming up with Alex Kahn. He's a one-of-a-kind guy with a one-of-a-kind perspective on a one-of-a-kind topic of his choosing. That's right, guys. He's Alex Kahn. Hold your thing widescreen for me, buddy. Widescreen for me, buddy. There we go. Alex Kahn, he's here for the show. Yeah. He's here for Intern Corner. All right, Alex, give us your hot take for today.
So a couple weeks ago, actually just a week ago, I was watching the Hillary miniseries.
Yes, directed by
Hulu.
my good friend Nanette Bernstein. Not good friend, but she's someone that I know.
My sister, Annette Bernstein.
Yeah, exactly. What are you gonna say about it? You can say whatever you want.
It's overall a good series.
Uh-huh. Was that really what you were gonna say?
There is some shit that they conveniently left out.
Oh, about Hillary?
Yeah. Like, nowhere in the series do they talk about her Iraq war vote.
Isn't it
Like,
Hillary's documentary about her? And like,
yeah,
can't
like
she
a
just decide what?
Miniseries
Can't she
about
just
her.
decide what she wants to talk about and not talk about? Isn't that her right?
No, but you're a fucking documentarian.
Danny, what do you think?
I mean, it all depends on.
It's not news. It's a documentary.
I know that there's a Hillary thing. I just don't know what perspective it
I've
comes from.
seen
If
it.
it's critiquing her, or if it's
No, it's
praising
Hillary
her.
saying, "Hey, you can bring a camera and tell my story." You know, it's like a video.
Welcome
It's
to my
Hillary's
crib.
documentary. What?
So it's,
And, like-
it's Hillary's MTV Cribs.
Yes,
Or
yeah,
is it-
exactly. Like, does everyone who gets makes a documentary or agrees to have a documentary made about themselves, do they have to tell every single aspect of their lives,
Everything.
including the
Everything.
things that hate
And, like,
hate
I'm no
groups,
fan of
the things
Hillary
that hold on,
Clinton
the things
as-
that
as,
hate
like,
groups like
as-
seize on, the things that hate
as
groups
they
seize on,
said,
like that shit.
She
Or
voted for the
far-right
freaking
nuts.
Iraq war.
So
I think that if you voted for the Iraq War, I think there's a documentary made about you.
See, I was actually witnessed that entire time, and I can tell you that yes, those people made a terrible decision and a terrible mistake.
I don't think she would be unless she explicitly.
There are a lot of people who voted for the Iraq War. Young intern. There are a lot of people who voted for the Iraq War that didn't.
Our buddy coffee into her Keurig and says that she didn't vote for the Iraq War.
Feel the burn. Oh, can you vote?
I can vote now.
I wanted to feel the burn. Believe me, I wanted to feel the burn, and
by the way,
I'm not allowed to feel the burn now. I have to I have to choose between these two freaks.
By the way, I remember when in 2016 we used to like have a little Facebook feud because I was a big Jill Stein supporter and you were kind of Hillary.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had any kind of
fucking
big feud
losers.
on
I was
Facebook.
Joe Exotic in 2016, all the way.
But yeah, I wanted Hillary to win since she was the candidate.
Sad that I don't get to vote for Bernie Sanders at the time.
Yeah, you should try to write in Jill instead. All right, guys, that was Intern Corner with Alex Kahn. Thanks so much, Alex. That was a great one. We had a hot take from Alex Kahn. A hot take. We got a hot take from Alex Kahn. Yeah. Here's a hot take from Alex Kahn.
Somebody's talking shit about your TV show. What?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
I was talking to Hillary Clinton. Somebody was talking shit on TV shows.
Go ahead and give me. Yeah, go ahead and.
Corresponding with my girl Hillary. You know, that two-faced bitch.
I'm sorry.
You know how Hillary
how
is.
dare she vote for the Iraq War?
If you're on Hulu, skip Hillary and go straight to the Wu-Tang Saga. It's way better and way more interesting.
Yeah, fuck Hillary Clinton. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, fuck them all, but I don't know.
No, I'm sure it's a great series. I'm sure he has a point that they didn't like conveniently left out like I felt. But my argument would be to that is unless it was like her on camera being like, the Iraq War. No, of course I didn't vote for that. Who do you think I am?
I think the documentary makes itself pretty clear that it's about the good she's done in the world.
That's exactly, it's like,
and it's more of that stuff. So whatever. I mean, I don't care. Like people know that she sucks. So like why?
I've got some
why did
stories
she need
about
to bring it up in
Hillary
her
that
series?
You don't know and the public doesn't, sir. My dad's college roommate worked for her when she was in the White House. She's a bitch. It's okay, though.
Well, if you guys are just tuning in, that was Intern Corner with Alex Kahn, and then we just did movie news, which was a great one. Danny,
go eat a Biden Sanders sandwich. What? Who now?
I said I can't thank you enough for this incredible news correspondence. You as the political correspondent, I'm really liking.
I have to get back to the streets because there's plenty of corresponding that needs to be done, Andrew. But if you catch me at
anything you want to
Never,
plug. Catch you at Never?
Catch you at Never. I will appear when I want to, corresponding the news that I feel is appropriate and important. I will delegate what is important. Catch me Never.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with Sharad Patel. We're going to be doing an amazing thing that I like to call Fave Swap. That's right, guys.
Hold on, I got to go.
Swap. All right, we'll see you, Danny Dobyns. Tune in for Fave Swap, guys. It's coming up with Sharad Patel. We're going to be talking about the comedy, and we are going to be talking about Caveman, two films that we watched last night. And so I am excited to dive into that. They were definitely interesting viewing experiences for both of us. So stay tuned. Please don't leave. And here is a brief little announcement thingy. This is our Patreon. This is our Patreon, guys. If you like MovieBlab, then you can support us once a month with a simple payment of $3, a donation that is. Become a supporter with us and you will get access to all kinds of things, including first crack at having listener mail read, and we will feature you on the show at some point if you're willing to Skype in with us. So please, please check out the page. Also, make sure to follow us across all live streaming platforms, wherever live streams are found. I'm going to go hunt down Sharad Patel, and we'll be right back. Coming at you guys real soon here. Open Skype. Open Skype. I'm calling you. I've been calling you. We're going to be right back, guys, with Sharad Patel. We're going to break it down. We're going to be deep diving into crazy movies. Very different films, but great nonetheless. All right, we got our guest. Stay tuned, guys. Take a quick break. Right back. More MovieBlab.
There it goes.
What's up, everybody? We are back. That's right, we're back with more MovieBlab. Oh my god, the party doesn't stop. If you just missed us, we just did some awesome movie news with Danny Dobyns. We love Danny here on the Blab. But now I'm going to be joined by Sharad Patel. Let me just pop him in the screen here. Sharad, how are you today?
I'm good.
What's your day been like?
Yeah.
Be honest.
No, actually, it was all a bunch of online meetings. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're happy to be now online?
Online again.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I was super tired all day because we watched like 6 hours worth of movies last night. I got you to watch the comedy, and you made me watch Caveman.
Yes, dude, we really made each other watch 2 movies that really weren't up each other's alleys, I would say. Maybe not. We'll find out. Would you?
Oh, you
would
didn't
you agree
catch
with
that? You didn't catch that? I reversed it on you. I was trying to. No. I love Caveman. I'm sorry. I don't. I like the movie. I liked the comedy as well, especially because I saw somebody that I knew in it.
That was your favorite part. Oh, gosh. Well, I'm glad you're here. This is going to be a fun deep dive. Yes, yesterday, Sharad and I were up until midnight watching both movies. You can check that out on, not on YouTube, but on all our other platforms. And you can even sync the movie up with us if you want and watch it that way. Definitely check it out, I would say, for Caveman, because that's where we had our most lively conversations. And we're going to have some more lively conversations, right, Sharad? We're going to dive into this movie.
Yes.
You want to start with Caveman? I do.
Sure, yeah, of course. I mean, we started with it last night.
Exactly. It's a great plug of this. People are really going to check out that video now. It features a great clip that I'm going to clip out on Twitch tonight of Sharad just sitting alone in a virtual environment that I'm going to be creating a lot of ads with. Various promotional materials.
As Caveman was rolling, Andrew, you just get up and leave the theater.
That's the nice thing about being in the virtual theater. I had to feed my dog. I mean, we keep watching 2 movies. I got to get up a few times, and I wanted snacks. What can I say? I do love.
How was Pee-wee?
Pee-wee is great. He is below us here. He's in his little doghouse right under the green screen, taking a nap. Otherwise, I'd wake him up and show him to you. Maybe I should do that soon. But anyway, let's dive into these movies. What do you say, Sherry? What do you say?
Yeah. I'm just looking at his quote by Roger Ebert.
Yes. So yeah. Share with me some of the. So let's just give people a little bit of, I guess, background. Sharad, what is your elevator pitch for Caveman? What is this movie about?
Well, hey, if you like Jaws, the screenwriter of Jaws directed a movie. It's called Caveman.
Okay, what happens in it?
Well, it stars Ringo Starr, and it's kind of his hero's journey.
Okay,
as a caveman.
As a caveman. That's right, guys. It is all about cavemen. In fact, every person in it is a cave person, and they all talk like this, like the whole movie, and then they had their own language. I can't remember any of the words today, but what were some of these words? I can't remember.
But not to get too thoughtful here, but the reality is, I think Caveman was more about people, and the comedy was more about cavemen.
That's a great. I like that take a lot, actually. We should dive into that, Yes, of course, the comedy is the next movie we're going to be talking about, starring Tim Heidecker. But anyway, Caveman. So you watched this movie as a kid for the first time, and it is a very strange viewing. My mind was boggled by this movie in so many ways.
What was puzzling to you? Like, what hit you first? What surprised you at the beginning?
That it existed.
No,
Once I understood what it was. No, I'm serious that it exists. That's the
Why is
first
that?
thing
Wait,
that
why
strikes
is
me.
that?
Because it's all cavemen, and none of them speak any words, and it's
So wait. So was them not speaking any words? Was your realization
in
that they
Ringo
don't
Starr. It's just not that it's. I don't think it should exist. Just that it seems improbable that it would ever have been made to me.
I
That it
heard
would have been gotten through all of the checks and like of the studio system and Ringo Starr and Ringo's agent and like how did they convince these people to be and the chick from Cheers, like how did they convince these people to be in this movie, Sharon?
Yeah, I want to see the direction, like footage of directing them. I want to. No, the rehearsals, the script reading, the table reads.
Well, why don't we do what? Do you
Oh,
want to?
wait, auditions? I wish we could see
Oh, the audition clips. Oh, we should dig into whatever storage unit has that. I'm gonna contact the film archives and say, where is this footage? We should do a documentary about this movie. I would do a documentary about cavemen, except I wouldn't because I'd have to watch Caveman all the time.
Yeah, well, how would you describe Caveman? Like, if somebody was like, "What is this movie?"
It's a glorious
adventure.
It's a glorious
Epic adventure.
It's a glorious flunk of a movie that I would enjoy watching again with friends, but I don't recommend watching it alone.
So Roger,
see how we both didn't describe what the movie was about when we pitched it. It's because it doesn't help people want to watch it.
Roger Ebert said, "This is hilarious."
Yes,
he said, the cast was interesting, yes. But the main failing of Caveman was it being a spoof with no popular original material for it to satirize. And then he goes on to say, "There has never been a really successful movie set in prehistoric times."
That is probably true, and it's probably for good reason. Some certain ideas for movies don't work, and I might agree with Roger Ebert that caveman movies don't work. I don't know. Can you?
What about shows?
What about what?
What about caveman shows?
Caveman shows I can get behind. A sitcom,
like Flintstones.
Yes. Flintstones movie did it, I guess. The Flintstones movie did it, but that
doesn't.
I've
never even seen the Flintstones movie. I was just talking about.
Can we look up Roger Ebert's Flintstones movie to see if he's eating his own words?
No.
To see if he's eating.
You really want me to?
I mean, if you're on the site, I'd love to know if he said anything about if he doesn't think that Caveman movie worked too. If you guys are just joining us, we're talking about the Flintstones and comparing it to Caveman, starring Ringo Starr.
I'm reading the New York Times review now from 1981.
For what? For Caveman?
For Caveman.
Go ahead.
And they're just describing the plot here, and they say, "Then there is the pterodactyl egg that becomes an omelet as big as a swimming pool."
That scene is nuts. Wait, I got a
wait. If this film is to be believed, the land was covered by giant marijuana plants.
Yes, it was. I felt like I was covered in giant marijuana plants while I watched it. I mean, I don't think I think this was made to be grooved out. You know, this is groovy. They seemed, I don't know. I mean, it's Ringo Starr we're talking about. But this is I would recommend this to a stoner.
The New York Times review is actually positive.
What's it say?
Also excellent. Are Dennis Quaid, Shelley Long, and Avery Schreiber, all they do is grunt and make faces and gesticulate, but somehow or another, they're very entertaining.
Who wrote this? Who is this?
This is Janet Maslin.
Well, very entertaining is
exactly
true.
what
I was
a movie
entertained.
Should be.
Yes, I was. Yes, I agree. I know. It's just okay. So something. Okay, here's something interesting. I wanted to share this with you.
What is this? What the hell is that? Is that book about Caveman? Just that whole book?
No, I'm going to read you a short excerpt of Robert McKee's book story.
my God.
In reference to comic structure.
Didn't you go to a Robert McKee like seminar?
I did. I went to one as a young boy. Comic design. So just let me share this with you and let's see,
Has Robert McKee made a successful Caveman movie?
In drama, the audience continuously grabs handfuls of the future, pulling themselves through, wanting to know the outcome. But comedy allows the writer to halt narrative drive, the forward-projecting mind of the audience, and interpolate into the telling a story with no story purpose. It's there just for yucks.
What So it sounds like he just confirmed.
He did.
The mission to Caveman, because you were at first
I'm
you were worried.
I'm
yeah,
setting
you were. Oh, okay. You seemed worried there was no plot at first, but then by the end you saw how it karate kidded everything together.
It was either it was either plot, okay, or it was goofs. The goofs were never motivated by the plot. The gags existed for the sake of gags. They weren't in The Jerk. All the gags come from an organic place from his journey. The scene is turning. The scene doesn't turn in Caveman, Sharad. They just pull out another rubber chicken and slap their asses with it and pull out big fake boobs and go and then jump around and run. And then suddenly there's a very serious, terribly choreographed action sequence. You've got to admit this is a good bad movie.
All I know is when I saw it as a kid, I wanted to be a caveman. I wanted all my
Literally
friends to be
all you said
cavemen,
about
and I
this
wanted us
movie.
to go live in a cave.
So it does have a lot of imagination behind it, and ask the audience to have a lot of imagination too.
When I watched the comedy, I did not want to live in Williamsburg.
Yeah, dude, Williamsburg sucks. I live on the edge of Williamsburg, like halfway, like a really, like a just a step away from Greenpoint. So I like to lie and tell people I live in Greenpoint because Williamsburg sucks so much.
Oh well, I'm just talking about the movie. God,
Yeah.
you knew.
Oh well, no, that movie is accurately depicting it. The movie is accurately depicting Williamsburg.
You just insulted the homes of like.
No, everyone
large
knows
swath.
Williamsburg sucks, dude. Williamsburg
A
is
large-
open for. It's like Dallas. It's like you can insult it.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. I would never insult Dallas. I was born there.
You were born in Dallas?
I was. Look how we learn about each other on the show. Sharon and I have known each other for literally. We're such bros. We don't even know where each other was born. You were born in Houston, right?
Yeah, I was.
See, I'm a better friend than you.
You just
Let me
guess.
continue this before we lose.
Before we start making out through the TV.
Let me see. Where is this? I just lost my place. But that's I made the point that he was just making in this follow-up, which is that do you feel like the gags are created from the by turning the scene in a story context?
So I mean I see what you're saying. There's like there's a random gag with a giant like mosquito that lands on Dennis Quaid's face when he's trying to sleep.
See, even the way you call it
Right.
a random gag.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm agreeing with you that that's random, but the whole I guess all those gags stem from the world building. Like it's all about the joke is the environment, right? Like what do you think of Airplane?
You mean like the trees and stuff? I love
like
Airplane.
movies like Airplane.
I
or
love movies like
Top
that. They
Secret.
have timing. All their jokes come from the scene in the moment. They have plot, and then they turn it, and there's something absurd is happening, and it's hilarious. And if there's gags for the sake of gags, it does. I see what you're saying, though. It does. It gets away with more of that through the tone, but I don't think that they established any of that. Timing or comedic instinct of a movie like Airplane.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I'm not.
I can't let you say that this movie is in any way. No, I know what you're saying though.
No.
Yeah.
Airplane is way more sophisticated.
Yes, sophisticated. This movie is okay. I see. So just because it's a caveman movie that's completely unsophisticated, I don't know. It doesn't work for me. I hated a lot of the choices. But then there were moments that I laughed with delight, and that's a great sign of a good, bad movie. And all I'm trying to argue is that Caveman is a good, bad movie.
Let's I want to hear you say which parts made you laugh and why.
So
what made you laugh? I know exactly one part that made you laugh.
Okay, what was it?
A caveman.
The fart.
Farts.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and,
the fart.
And it catches on fire.
Yes, and that was
and he
funny.
runs.
Yes. That is fun. That was fun because it wasn't even the joke itself. It was the timing, the editing of it, the way that they did it. That they actually struck lightning for a second.
Well, my friend, you are not unique. I've seen other haters turn at that moment and laugh.
How far into the movie is that, Sharad?
I feel like
how far was I? I think that's pretty fucking halfway through the movie.
I think if we want to talk about politics, this scene could be used as a political tool.
Yes,
to form bonds between enemy states.
I see. There's a whole commentary on. It's sort of like Parasite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except better.
I wish I got a boo sound effect. But I'll just give that a laugh. Ha! Ha!
There's actually an old 80s horror movie called Parasite. It'd be really funny to compare it with the new Parasite.
I think we should start a thing that we do called Absurd Comparisons with Sharad and Andrew.
Right.
An intro like, it's time for Absurd Comparisons with Sharad and Andrew. I'll just use that.
I have to say though, watching this and then watching the next movie there's such a contrast,
yes.
But yet it really did make me realize that
I want to dive into that. I want to get into
people are likable in Caveman. Like those are people you could hang with, those characters, but you would not.
Why would you want to hang with anyone in Caveman?
You would not hang with anyone in the comedy.
Yes, I agree, and that's but that's the point of the comedy, as opposed to the Caveman. It's an accident.
Say what?
No. Yo, mama, what? I
what
don't
did you
know.
say? It was an accident.
I'm saying I'm interested in seeing these comparisons. Yes, the comedy is we're gonna get into it. It's a film starring Tim Heidecker that came out in 2012 that was shot in my neighborhood here in Brooklyn, and it is so fucked up and not a comedy at all, except sometimes it's funny. But yeah, we're gonna see how Sharad thinks these two movies compare. But first, do we want to say anything else about Caveman? I mean, I feel like we haven't given.
Well, you haven't talked about the creatures.
Okay, so the creatures were probably my favorite.
They're like really funny stop motion. Like they don't hide the fact that it's stop motion.
No,
that's the point, and they make them. The shapes of the creatures are like almost Muppet-like, like really funny, you know.
It is an amazing, I do love it. I just
the dinosaurs. I say creatures, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a dinosaur.
Did you see how when we were watching it, I tried to get it under your skin to where you became bonded with the movie by if a dinosaur came on screen, I was like, it's just like Pee-wee.
If you guys haven't noticed,
those are my like, you know, psychological techniques.
If you guys haven't noticed, Sharad is insane in the membrane. That's right, he's a crazy, crazy man. I've never known anyone as crazy as Sharad Patel. Just kidding. But he does like to he does enjoy the art of Inception. It's true, and all his jokes are questions. Those are two facts about Sharad. As you guys get to know us, let's talk about Ringo Starr's performance.
Yeah, what did you think? Had you seen any of the Beatles movies?
No, so I haven't seen him perform before.
So
I'd be interested to see how he delivers dialogue.
Yeah, what was the verdict?
I mean, I thought he wasn't ever. I mean, it's hard to judge when everyone's literally acting like like all kinds of offensive things.
But you really like this one short guy, right?
Yes, so there was a short guy who I thought just really popped on screen. He had curly hair. Oh, there's the animal we were talking about up there on the. That's the stop motion lizard.
You know what's funny is not to get serious or anything, but I feel like that lizard design is based on one of the first sort of serious scientific sort of illustrations of a dinosaur that they're trying to put together from fossil remains, and it was all wrong. And then that's what they used for their main dinosaur. Yeah, I think that's
Find me an image and I'll put it up sometime. That's crazy. What is that?
That shows you the depth of the research done.
Oh Yes, go ahead.
And the hidden details and treasure.
I want to
within this movie that go beyond film.
Oh man, I love two different perspectives. Yeah, I mean, I thought his performance was compelling as Eddie. I preferred Shelley. Is that her name?
Did you like Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid was good, I guess. I don't know.
That shot you have up, Dennis Quaid's supposed to have injured his leg.
Yes.
And so
oh my God, it's so ridiculous.
So the technique was he just wrapped one leg around the other.
Okay, that's what. Okay, top 3 absurd moments in this. And I don't mean it in a funny way.
There's a lot of mangoes going on, and I heard
the drugging of people with the mangoes would be on there.
They shot it in Mexico, where mangoes come from Mexico.
They shot it in Mexico.
The secrets of the movie.
I should have loaded up more sounds. It's the one thing I didn't have time to do. But yeah, man, this movie was a real trip. It was a real trip for sure. If you're looking for something really culty, you see, I put up a Razzie Award over on the shelf over there. And I would give this a personal Razzie, but in a great way. It was. I don't know when I'm gonna watch it again. Maybe in 3 years.
What about this weekend?
Hey, if we're live streaming it, Sharad, as long as it's a challenge.
I have software that can upscale it to 4K.
Good. That sounds like important.
I think we should project it out your window for the neighborhood.
I can do that. I can project from my window. No one's out there to see it, sadly.
For Williamsburg.
The Billy Berg. Speaking of the Billy Berg, I think so. Okay, wait.
This will kind of lead into the next movie.
Okay, good.
There were moments of Caveman where you were shocked at how misogynistic it was.
I was shocked by it.
What's an example of a scene like that?
Oh, just grabbing the screaming woman. Doesn't he go around and touch all their breasts and fondle their breasts?
Yeah, there's a lot of breast jokes.
I think it's a PG film.
Yeah, it's like a film designed for middle school boys.
Yeah, literally teaching middle school boys to just fondle girls without asking. They're cavemen.
Only one of my friends did that.
Give his name.
No.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the one person who's gonna.
Yeah, but I thought it was interesting that, I hadn't seen it in a little while. Maybe I watched it last week, but that you were shocked by those moments, and to think about a lot of comedies, even in we're talking about The Jerk and Airplane and stuff. There's a lot of stuff in those movies where you might get nervous.
I would say not as much as Caveman.
Oh, really?
I would say Caveman is a little bit.
I'll put together a supercut for you.
I'd love to see that. Of terrible I mean, I've seen it with several films. Trying to remember. I mean, I don't know. I'm just I I don't enjoy it anymore. Maybe there was a time when I was foolish enough to enjoy that kind of stuff, but I guess when that happens, it's like, okay. Animal House. I didn't really enjoy Animal House when I had to rewatch that recently.
Oh, you watched it recently?
Yeah. It needs an update. No, I don't know. It's problematic. It's okay, though. People can enjoy problematic things. I'm not saying everything has to be PC and all that shit. I'm just saying that that it interests me when people seem to, when we look back at history and people are, mining that for comedy. Doesn't mean it's going to ruin the movie for me, but Caveman did it in a kind of a terrifying way. I found the movie a little scary, if I'm being honest, in general.
Yeah?
Yeah, it scared me, Sharad.
What did you think of the music? You like the music scene, right? Where they invented.
It was put in interesting places because then there were like whole action sequences where there was no music.
The music's by Lalo Schifrin. Let me look him up.
I did enjoy the scene where they created music. I wish the whole movie was about that was the inciting incident of this film. So they just become Caveman band, That's what I want.
So the guy who did the music for Caveman has won 5 Grammy Awards, received 6 Academy Award nominations in his life, and 4 Emmy Awards. He has a star on the Hollywood Walk
All
of Fame.
Thanks to Caveman.
That's
He's
the
a
guy.
Star? What's his name?
Lalo Schifrin.
Ah, Lala.
Yeah. I want to know if Quentin Tarantino has shown Caveman at the Beverly.
Oh, if I had a theater, I'd show it. It's like it would be a great movie to see with a big group. I would love to see, but that people would be treating it like a good bad movie.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's this army of Caveman fans out there.
If you are a Caveman fan and you want to come at me, please. I'm a Caveman fan though, so I'm a Caveman fan. I just like to. You're just so into it that I want to fight you.
I love fighting.
I know, it's great. People love it too. The people at home. That's you guys.
But seriously, they're okay. The same year. Yes. I'm not making this up. There's another Caveman movie with no English. The same year, done seriously, not a comedy, and it's rated R. It's called Quest for Fire, and I've never seen it, and I think we should watch it.
I think we should watch it live with the whole world.
But it really, it's like the same year. Caveman movie.
It's like when vampires were super popular. What was the thing that really pushed the caveman trend? Because I don't think it was Caveman. There's got to be something that made them greenlight 2 Caveman movies.
I don't know, but they're really different in
Yeah.
As far as the genre, as far as one's a comedy and one's like just straight up trying to be realistic,
Yeah. The Caveman is a comedy. Yeah.
The very first movie I ever walked out of was also a Caveman movie. It was called Clan of the Cave Bear, starring Daryl Hannah, and I walked out of it. It was so bad.
You and Daryl Hannah?
Yeah, it was so bad.
I'm sad about why people. I wonder what the next Caveman movie is going to look like. Probably going to have a lot of CGI. I'd love to see also Alfonso Cuarón or whatever. I'd love to see him.
Oh no, they made this sort of, well, it's like primitive man movie. They made this movie about how dogs, like the first wolf that became a friend with a man. So it's a Caveman movie. That came out last year.
You are just so up on all of the Caveman films. It's like, do you have a Google alert set?
I think we should just watch every single Caveman movie.
I'm down to do a Caveman series, and we can just make this the first episode.
There's old ones, too.
I think eventually people will be like, well, you guys watch a movie that isn't about cavemen? That would be great. I think I'm so glad I've seen it, and I thank you for recommending it to me, Sharon. And I know you were sharing a piece of your heart with me, so I'm not trying to step on your heart.
Next up, we need to watch The Blue Lagoon.
I want to decide what our movie swap is at the end of this episode, so you should think about it. But I need to pee again, so we should take a quick break, and then we're going to dive into the comedy, and Sharad's going to try to compare it to Caveman, and I'm going to listen wholeheartedly.
Wait, I want to hear what you have to say, too.
Yeah, to compare these two movies, I'll try. I'll give it my best.
Okay.
I'll give you a teaser right now. I think Tim Heidecker would have been funnier than Ringo Starr in this movie.
Ooh, shots fired.
That's right, guys. What do you think? Oh, sounds like they all agree with me.
Duh.
All right, guys, we're going to be right back on that note. Stay tuned for more Movie Blab. We're going to be talking about the comedy starring Tim Heidecker.
Get rid of me.
Can you hear me?
On my worst days, you can never get rid of me. Yeah. Hold up. Hey, if you wanna touch me, you can get it. Got no time for the gimmicks. I ain't gonna play with you. I'm a beast in the game. Gonna remember my name. I can never be tame. We are not the same. The trip, yeah, jump off my chain. You know I'ma make your head bang. I do it for my hometown, DC, Northeast. Where them gorillas be? Do you think that you're ready for me? Cause I know that I'm ready for you. You can never, you can never, you can never. Ay. Do you think that you're ready for me? Cause I know that I'm ready for you. You can never. Man, y'all ain't ready for it. Welcome to the ozone. Hey, any minute, money mo, catch a hater.
Can you hear me?
Don't let them go. Any minute, money mo, I know you on my spot.
Your tea?
Just stay on the bench. Cause I am the
Your lemon tea?
Hey, I can never fall. Timber, I'm a god, I'm a goat. I'll forever be dope. Hold up. I can never fall. Timber, I'm a god, I'm a goat. I'll forever be dope. All you haters come together like a symphony. You don't wanna end up on the news as a tragedy. I'm my own enemy. On my worst days, you can never get rid of me. On my worst days, you can never get rid of me.
Oh my god, we should do a show where we just read Fox News on Facebook.
All right, dude, let's get back to it. Do you want to start with the? Do you want to start with us
With what?
With the comparison, and then go into the movie. Let's get into the movie
I think,
generally.
Well, I mean, I think you should talk about the movie first. I think
exactly. Yeah,
since you brought it. Yeah.
Here we come, guys. What's up? We're back. Thanks for sticking tuned if you did, and if you're just joining us, this is MovieBlab, and we are breaking down our fave swaps for this week. Me and Sharad Patel, my good friend Sharad Patel, and I. Sharad, we just talked about Caveman. It was an interesting experience for me and a nostalgic flashback for you. Definitely check it out. I think it's free on YouTube. There's someone just posted it. No one's taken it down. I found that out last night. But the next film that we're going to talk about is the comedy, my pick for Sharad. Again, these are movies we've never seen before. I'm trying to figure out how to convey that one in the premise, but so this is a great film, in my opinion, a very interesting new movie that's doing a lot of things. It's obviously like very hip, but in this way that's almost self-aware because of the story. But it's about Tim Heidecker's character who is just this kind of freeloading rich kid whose father is dying, and he lives on a boat.
You got to change your slides to the new movie.
Oh, thank you. And he I can't make it work. Hold on.
Well,
you're killing me. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Okay. And anyway, it's the loose plot of it is sort of his journey toward trying to find his own rock bottom. The character's completely unlikable. But has all these weird eccentricities about him. Like he likes to try to take other people's jobs. Like he'll walk up to a place and just to pick up walk up to some landscapers and just he picks up a rake and like starts landscaping with them and pretending like he's supposed to be there, and all this strange behavior that I've never really seen. I mean, the performance by Tim Heidecker, I think, is so compelling and interesting, and he just nails it, in my opinion. But it's a funny movie sometimes, but it's as dark a comedy as you can find in the times that it is comedic, and as a drama, it's also it's such a dark movie. Sharad, what did you think? What did you think about the comedy?
Well, I think it's like to look at it from a comedic perspective. I think it's almost like someone was like, "What if we remake or just kind of ape the movie 400 Blows?"
Okay.
But only use a 200 millimeter lens. And just the guys we're hanging out with in the place we live right now. And just be the most annoying, repulsive, entitled, racist,
terrible
people in the most realistic way.
Yes.
Like it's almost like you go, remember that guy we used to hang out with? Let's just act just like him.
Yeah. Like, the most hateful person you've known in your life? That's who. Let's pick his life. Let's be a fly on the wall in his life.
And it's not like they commit crimes.
No, but yet they're despicable.
Yeah. It's not like, some gang roaming around like killing people and stuff. It's very. That's what's so frustrating too, is they operate sort of on the edge of the rules, so they get away with just being that way.
It's true.
It's frustrating, right?
I'm loving what Sharad's saying so much that I'm hanging up on him because I want his voice to be in sync. But that's such a good point that the tension of it was what I was going to say, Sharad, is the tension it's such an intense movie for me in the most unexpected. Like I can't even figure out how they're doing it. It's through the cringe of it all. It's such a cringy movie. It makes you. I mean, there's one scene that makes my skin crawl, and he's just combing his father. I think it's his father's hair.
No, was that even his father?
I
or
don't
did
think
he
so.
walk
Maybe
in
it was. I can't tell if it's his father. I have to go back and look because I can't tell if it's his father or.
I think he randomly just walks.
Yeah, I think he randomly selects this guy and he starts combing his hair.
Yeah, somebody who's passed out in hospice.
My favorite scene is when, yeah, Jesus. There's a scene where he's incredibly racist and awkward with these African American guys that are hanging out at a bar. I mean,
yeah, he goes to like
crazy.
the neighborhood bar.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm from Williamsburg, representing Williamsburg.
I mean, but that was the thing. Like in the what is it, the early 2000s? Like that was the thing about Brooklyn, right?
Yes, and particularly Williamsburg.
Oh, okay. This whole clash of the new money, the gentrification, and all that shit happening, and that scene. It was a good scene.
It's a cool landscape to set the film in, like a context.
Yeah, everybody looks totally realistic in the movie too. I like that. It's a very. I mean, that's how it works. It makes you think of real people that are like that. Yeah.
All the characters do. I mean, the cab driver makes me think of a real cab driver I've met. Like, and you feel these people's vulnerabilities through their. You see, it's almost a demonstration of their shells, the hardened exterior of these kind of posers.
Well, what
and
kind of
racist idiot?
Yeah,
people.
what kind of even took it beyond, to another level with me was they're all partying and I recognized one of the friends in the crowd, right? He's a guy originally from Austin, Will Sheff.
That you know.
Yeah, well, that I knew back then because he lived in Austin and I helped. Actually, me and Brian Poiser co-directed a music video for him.
You and Brian co-directed a music video? How did I never ask about this or find out about this? That's hilarious.
I think it was before you were born.
No, I know, but I brought you up to Brian and he didn't go, we made a music video together. Maybe he forgot.
Oh yeah, I forgot too. until I saw Will Sheff in this movie.
Well, I'm gonna make sure Brian sees this, and we interviewed Brian Poiser early on in our 5-week lifespan.
Oh, but let me clarify. The music video was like 2 different styles. You know how music videos often cut from the band performing
and you
to
did one
some
and
drama?
he did one.
Yes, so we were never together.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
that's a very interesting way to have collaborated. So. I'd love to see that video again. If you could
I'll find it.
Yeah,
I'll find it. Anyway, Will, seeing Will in there made me think he must have moved to New York and he hangs out with these guys. And then I'm thinking are they just really like this? It's funny is back then just a bit of trivia right here. When I was doing the music video for Will and his band, which was a very popular indie band, and the name escapes me right now.
Cool.
Maybe somebody can look that up. Will Sheff. But anyway, I was doing the post-production on it, and he crashed at my little efficiency in Houston on the couch. That couch.
The couch I've crashed on since I was a child.
Yeah, everybody crashes on that couch.
Yeah, it's a legendary couch right there. I'm glad it's featured on the Blab today since we were in our green screen environments yesterday. Yeah, for those of you who didn't catch it, which is probably all of you, we watched both movies live last night with no sound.
So anyway, let me ask you this:
dive into it.
Watching the comedy, let's talk about story and character evolution. What do you feel like if you were trying to draw out a character arc? What do you think is there?
Yeah. There's very little hints given to his arc, and it is a question of can he have an arc? Does he? Is he going through something? And it does seem like he is, but it's in such a subtle way that he's already so far gone at the start of the movie.
Do you feel like something changed in him? Do you?
I feel like it's one of those movies where you wonder if the character will ever change, and then. I think at the end, no. I think there's an absurdist message to this, of he is Sisyphus,
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I agree with that. I totally agree, and I think that's also. I mean, it's funny you brought up this myth, but it's also the way a documentary works, and the way they shot it, and the way this whole cinema verite style. Like I mentioned, 400 Blows. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
I haven't in a while. I do believe I've seen
But
clips a lot.
But it's
recently,
about a little boy and his
Yes.
misadventures, but it's done in a very slow, realistic way. And
Okay.
you know, for back then, it was like locations, non studio lighting, very natural performances. And at the very end, he's on a beach.
Okay, well,
And I feel like the thing at the end was their reference to it.
I'm interested in that. I mean, probably it's a very commonly referenced movie. I mean, I think he was inspired by at least.
But I think this is like the most rotten version
Yes.
of the boy in 400 Blows. He's grown up, entitled,
Yeah.
you know, bloated.
Well, and I think this movie's even more relevant now. He gives you such Trump vibes. Or like this is like, you know,
Yeah.
or like this was Trump's brother or whatever. I don't know. Like you get these. It's terrible to say, but
Does Trump have a brother?
his brother died of alcoholism.
Oh.
That's why he doesn't touch it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Never touch that. Never touch his booze. Important for the economy, though. I hate him. Small hands.
Would you have liked Trump if he had never been president, but he was just a guest on Howard Stern?
Yes. No. Yes. Probably. I mean, he's no threat
That was
to
a
me.
very conflicted answer.
He's no threat to me then. He was he just like whatever. He was like a Simon Cowell or something, you know, like he was just a TV personality. So I didn't I mean back then, and I did enjoy The Apprentice. I would watch that show.
You know,
I was into it. I had a time when I watched a lot of The Apprentice.
Oh wow, I never saw it.
Oh, it's good, but it's not good anymore.
He ruined it.
He did. He ruined it by becoming president 100%. No one wants to watch us break down The Apprentice, much less.
Okay. Let's stop
string
talking
along
about
with
it.
Whatever. It's a talk show.
How did this movie do? Like the comedy? Like what?
I have no idea because I discovered it on VOD. I mean, I've seen it. It circulated well. It was on Netflix, and I think it was seen a lot then. I mean, Tim Heidecker's movies, he just does whatever he wants, you know. And I think this. Let's see. Tribeca put it out, so it did well on the festival circuit.
Okay.
But I'm wondering if it went to theaters. I'm not sure. But I think it did. I mean, I'm assuming it was made for pennies. I don't know how it could have costed much money because it was so much stuff on the street, so much, you know.
I think we should try to make a movie like this, not about a horrible person like that, but a movie that is done like you're watching a documentary. It's realistic.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
I'm just kidding.
Because Bindlestiffs is way more like Caveman.
Yes,
than it is
true.
than it is
true.
like
that's
the
the biggest.
comedy.
That's the most insulting thing anyone's ever said to me. No, that's true. The first half is like Caveman, and the second half is like the comedy.
No.
I'm kidding. No, I love this type of style of storytelling. I think that's why I'm drawn to this movie as well. It's really well executed too. It's terrible to see verite done wrong in an indie movie, but this is just like there are so many close-ups too. I tried to pull a lot of close-ups just so you guys could see, but just I mean the movie has more close-ups than anything I've seen in a while.
Well, I think there's a sort of motive there. I mean, I don't know if that's what they were thinking, but yeah, I think that movies that are shot with a long lens that are ultra realistic, the long lens helps because you lose the edges of the environment, so you don't have Hollywood style blocking. You're not conscious of the camera because it's so far away, so it becomes all about the subject. And you don't think about those Hollywood things like how do they walk in the room? How do they choreograph the scene? You know, because you can't tell because it's all zoomed in, you know?
Yeah.
And that helps it.
Sharad loves to talk about the edges.
But I'll tell you this. You know, this was shot, I'm pretty sure this was a digital film, you know, it looked like that, but Caveman was shot on film.
Yes, for those of you who are just tuning in, earlier we talked about Caveman starring Ringo Starr, which was Sharad's pick for Fate Swap. So Now we're diving into the comedy.
I keep thinking you're saying face swap.
Sometimes I do say face swap.
Okay.
Face swap. Face off. I think that's what's happening in my head. I mix up the words. When they did have wide shots, they held on them for a long time. Like this one up here, is a moment that I really start to click in with his character, and he's sitting there talking about his dad dying in the most psychopathic way. It's almost about someone realizing that they have no empathy inside them, and that they can't change, and that I think he's clearly a psychopath or a sociopath at least. Think about what he's doing in this movie. He's drunk drive. He's paying a taxi driver $400 so he can drunk drive his cab, and then like speeding down the highway and freaking this poor guy out. And then he's watching a girl have a seizure, and he has no reaction whatsoever. It's like he's learning about himself.
Well, there was a question I asked you in the movie that you didn't hear, and I didn't repeat it because it was so grim.
I am half deaf,
but
but hit me.
I was asking you if you'd ever seen Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Yes, I have.
Because I was getting this kind of like, oh, if you take it even farther, that's the movie.
The story, and that story is told very verite style.
Yeah.
I love that movie, actually.
Oh yeah, I've seen it a long time ago. Like it was a VHS rental back when you rented tapes and stuck them in decks and watched things like that. But I never had the desire to watch it again, but I'd watch it again.
Back when Mozart existed?
Yes.
What was it like growing up with Mozart?
Mozart crashed on this.
Oh, yes, exactly.
He totally crashed on his couch, and he heard me playing my keyboard and copied me.
What'd you say at the end? I was fixing my headphones.
I said he heard me playing something on the keyboard, and then he just went, he took it, he stole it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's the hardship of being around for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your immortality.
Yeah.
You wizard. You movie wizard, you. So what did you think about we were just saying something great, and I can't remember. But what did you think about Tim Heidecker's performance in the movie? As he was obviously the center of it.
Yeah, no. What's amazing is you have time to really study him because it's just close-ups of his face.
Yes, you have to be bulletproof as an actor.
And then he's confronting people who might get volatile on him, and you can just see in his eye. You're like, is he going to back off? Is he scared?
And he's never scared.
Yeah, it's interesting. So it's a very subtle performance. It's very controlled. Like he never goes over the top. It's always believable. It's really good.
Which is, thank you. Yeah, I totally agree. Which is so interesting because a lot of his other work isn't like
right.
This.
I mean, like
he comes from a very over the top place.
Tim and Eric movie is way more like Caveman.
Yes. That's a great film. Caveman is. You're right. Caveman is how you measure a movie. I see it now. You mentioned that.
Like if in 20 years from now you show somebody the Tim and Eric movie, they're
looks like we lost you for a second. Will you say it again?
Oh, okay. I was saying 20 years from now, if you try to show somebody the Tim and Eric movie, is that what it's called? $1 Million? What is it called?
Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie.
Right. That
highly recommend it.
If you showed that to somebody, they might be as skeptical as you were of Caveman in the future.
In fact, I've showed it to some younger friends of mine, and they were not into it. They couldn't get.
Really?
They laughed a little bit. It was similar to Caveman.
Oh,
You're
wow,
right.
because you showed it to me, and
I love it. I mean, I've rewatched it. I think it's funny. It may have been the wrong vibe at the time for them, or it may have been they're much younger, so it may have been a disconnect, a generational gap going on, the small gap, because they're not millennials.
Huh.
I don't know, but Tim and Eric is funny as hell to me, and that's all I know. And especially that movie, which did really well at festivals as well. He's sort of an indie darling, Tim Heidecker. He's like a dream cast for me. Because, he's like Pacino in this fucking movie or something.
Yeah. I mean, he's realistic. All these faces in there were familiar, though. Like, all the actors were people I've seen in indie movies. Like
or people that have crashed on your couch.
No, just one. And he's a musician.
Are you sure though? No, I mean the person who plays the waitress that he.
Yeah, who is that? She looked really familiar.
I have seen her in stuff, and I think she's getting bigger, but I've seen her around the area, too. I feel like a lot of these people were... I mean, Reggie Watts lives in Williamsburg. He used to live here sometimes. Heath Ledger used to live here, and that's in 2012. That's around that time, I think.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I didn't see Reggie Watts in this movie.
Oh, no, I'm just saying that a lot of like people live in Williamsburg.
Right.
Celebrities, a lot of celebrities live in the ritzier buildings of
Right.
Williamsburg, and so and that seemed to be the kind of environments they were shooting in. I mean, it was all like fancy cafes. He's sitting in by himself, and like,
Oh man, I just know what movie I'm going to make you watch next.
Oh, good, because I have mine in the back of my head.
We're going backwards from Caveman, even farther.
Please make something I like this time.
What do you mean? How do you know? It's supposed to be something you've never seen.
That's true. I'm going to troll you. No, I'm kidding. That's true. No, I'm down for whatever it is. I just hope it's a little better than Caveman. Just filmmaking wise, costume design wise. Just kidding. I'm excited for whatever that big reveal is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're getting there.
You're in for it. And it's truly a favorite of mine.
Okay, do you want to share? Should we share now, or should we talk about the comedy a little bit longer and then dive into it?
I don't know. I can't think of anything more to say about the comedy.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just a great movie, and it's worth checking out, and the performances are incredible, and it's like really works. Sort of, sometimes a movie just hits and works in all the aspects, and I feel like there's not a moment in this movie where I'm like, I question who, I feel like I'm in good hands I feel very comfortable being made uncomfortable.
and sometimes, like if you're looking for more of a googly-eyed dinosaur, you won't find it in the comedy, but you'll find it in Caveman.
Art is subjective.
Oh, I could get pretty deep on the art end of what.
Oh, do you feel like you haven't said enough about Caveman, Sharad? Because this is your chance to immortalize your views.
This would be a complete flip on which one has more artistic.
We haven't dived. Yes, okay. Go ahead and dive into comparing the two films. That's right, guys. Sharad's about to compare the two movies, Caveman and the comedy.
It's beyond the movies, actually. Okay, so. The things we've said about the comedy, right, and the things we've said about Caveman. Caveman, you said it's just a bunch of gags. It's silly. The costumes are crazy. It's whack.
The costumes aren't crazy. They look like they're from Party City.
They look better than Party City is like vinyl fabric, right?
I'll pull up. I'm sorry, but I will not retract that statement. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, and then we're talking about the merits of the comedy being it's so realistic.
Yes.
So it's so lifelike, right? It feels real. The shots, the environment, it's totally real. Well, let's talk about painting. So, in the art world, now, you're going to make an image, a flat image on something. You could make... I can't hear myself.
I know, hold on. It's so loud, hold on.
So, you could make a totally lifelike, almost photorealistic painting that looks like somebody could see that and be like, wow, that looks like a photo. Or you could make this crazy, splattered, weird...
Monkey poop.
Yeah. I'll leave it at that.
That's beautiful.
Which one has more to it?
Wow, you couldn't hear it, but the music was perfectly cued with that ending. All right, guys, I think that wraps up a really amazing fave swap. Sharad, I can't thank you enough for all the time you've dedicated to this live stream this week. Are we trying to do another fave swap next week? Is that what's up?
That or soon.
Okay. What movies? Just because if we're gonna plug it.
Do you have a movie in mind? Do you have one for me?
I think I do. I'm gonna pull up my list here really quickly and double check on this.
I mean, I think we should try to pick movies that we think are challenging each other, right?
I mean, that seems to be what
your sensibility. I want.
Do you think the comedy challenged your sensibility?
I think so. I think
it did too. I think I wanted it to.
It was really cringeworthy. You know, it was like intense.
Yeah.
Especially following something that's just silly like Caveman.
Yeah,
know?
It's funny. Like we both gave each other movies that are very much in line with our personalities.
Saying a good thing about yourself there.
Yeah, I'm an asshole, and if you can't tell by the show, this is the few hours a day that I'm kind.
That you're sober and that you're not going out and like
drinking
role playing
with
like unfortunate people in your neighborhood.
Let's figure out what we're gonna fave swap for. I want to know. I kind of want to know what your movie is, so I could pick something maybe in a similar genre, but not similar at all. What do you? What you don't like that, do you?
No. It's fine.
What? Just checking. What do you think? What are you thinking?
My movie though is a 2-hour movie. It's like a full-on 2 hour.
Well, we'll have to split. That's why we'll do it towards the end of next week, possibly, or over the weekend or something, and like not this Sunday, but next Sunday, and that way we can stream us watching it at separate times. What movie did you pick for me?
I pick Academy Award winner Jessica Lange's first movie that she was in.
What is it called?
It's called King Kong, and it was made in 1976.
Hell yeah, I can't wait. I haven't seen that. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to hear you talk about King Kong.
It does have Charles Grodin in it. I don't know if you're familiar with Charles Grodin as a comedic actor.
Great. We didn't
Bridges.
talk about the guy who speaks English in the Caveman movie.
Did you find that racist?
I found that not racist, but just totally what?
Well, yeah. One of the gags in Caveman is that none of them speak English. They all speak some kind of caveman language, except for one guy who randomly speaks English and tries to correct everyone with English words. As a middle school kid, we thought that was hilarious. I like how Andrew was trying to read into it. Like, did he come through a time machine? Is there going to be a twist? Is there going to be a twist?
It was late at night. You know what I mean? Okay, that's a great pick. I think my film for you is going to be probably. Have you seen? Just give me 1 second here to figure this out.
You know, there's one movie that I haven't seen.
What is it?
That you like a lot.
What?
It's Monster.
What is it?
The Charlize Theron movie, Monster.
She's not a monster in that.
Huh?
She's not a There's no monsters in Monster.
I know, but I'm saying that's a movie I haven't seen.
Oh, okay. I do like that movie a lot. Have you seen The Gift?
Yeah.
You've seen that? Okay.
Where the guy comes knocking on the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, I had another rec. Oh, have you seen Did you see the Lars von Trier movie about the serial killer?
I've seen a lot.
Good amount of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've even seen the ending.
Okay.
The House That Jack Built.
Yes, The House That Jack Built. I love that movie. I was gonna pick that. But,
that would have been a good one. That would have.
Yeah, I'm gonna find another one.
I have not seen all of Antichrist.
Oh, I don't know if I can do Antichrist. Have you seen The Killing of the Sacred Deer?
No, I have not.
That's going to be my pick.
And it's been on my list for like 3 years.
Yes. The Killing of the Sacred Deer.
Because I really want to see it.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's amazing. Good vibes. I'm happy about that pick. So I will be watching King Kong starring
Jessica Lange
and Jeff Bridges. I can't believe I haven't seen this already. I'm embarrassed, and I can't wait to see it. Sharad, you should be equally embarrassed that you haven't seen The Killing of the Sacred Deer, an incredible movie, so intense. I cannot wait to watch you watch this movie. And I know that people at home can't wait to watch you watch it either. Please, guys, thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to our shit. Please share our videos. You can join our Facebook group. You can follow us on Twitch, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. These are all places where people like to consume live streamed videos. Invite your friends. Tell them about MovieBlab. If they're movie nerds, we want to hear from you. We want to know what you think. We have a little bit of... We had one... No, it's fine. We were going to get into starting to do some highlights of comments that we're getting. So anywhere that you comment on any MovieBlab post with something deep or interesting about filmmaking or about the show or about Sharad, then we will take that comment and we will read it to you on the next episode and talk about it. So let's start interacting on the air. We're building a humble beginning following, and it's really nice and to see people starting to interact with us, and we're having a blast. So thank you for tuning in. This was an epic episode, as we've been doing this week. And we will be back, I believe, Thursday. We're going to be back Thursday with more MovieBlab. It's going to be a good one. So we will see you guys then. Sharad, thanks for joining us. Anything you want to plug?
Oh yeah, I've got a movie with a guy that has a character arc that goes just right back to where he started. It's on Amazon. It's called Safe Space.
Safe Space. That's right, on Amazon.com. That is Amazon Prime, I'm assuming. And you guys can check that out, and it's a great film. I love it, and I've been with it since the beginning, and now it's out there. We want people to see it. It's a real nail biter, just like the comedy, like he's saying. It's a little. There's not very much Caveman in this movie, but there's a lot of Caveman in Sharad. So thanks for joining us, buddy. We love you, and we will see you guys next time on MovieBlab. Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Edison, and you're tuned in
To MovieBlab.
It's like the end of like Police Squad.
What?
They at the end of every episode they would just freeze, but they're just pretending like it was a still frame. But then one actor would start moving.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Follow us. We love you. Bye.
You still there?